go off and it gets the brand voice, which we've created in another different tool, and it brings it in. It goes, oh, okay, now I know what I'm writing about, and it gets it on song every time. So we're trying to avoid the whole thing where you sit down at at a new Chat GPT window every time and have to start over and have to train it. We're making things that would remember, and
because this guy, I've been in GPT for the last couple of years, and I've built up enormous project files for customers and stuff. So it's become very pointed at, and when I go to it and say, "Hey, do this for this guy," and bang, it just delivers it straight away, and it gets better and better and better over time. Now we're talking about taking the knowledge base and putting it into something even better that will do more automation than GPT will, and it will go and actually deliver the item itself as well. The other day, we were doing edits on a Google profile the other day using one of the brain functions, and it just goes off and does them for you. It comes back and goes, "Shall I put this in there as well?" And you're like, "Yeah, sure." And it just goes and does it. So there's no more sitting there, punch my way through every single one and stuff, and that is just like, right, I want this, and this, bang, and there we go. So it's really cool. That means that we can deliver faster with more accuracy, but we can do more. One person.
I'll tell you, it's not just cool; it's really scary a little bit. And this is not related to what we're doing with Agency Turbo, but I was making someone a website, a landing page to sell they've got a Taekwondo club, and I was helping them do a landing page because they're trying to get more members, and I'd uploaded a photo of these people training on the beach. And just up the road from us here, there's a place called Kapiti Island, which is there's an island off the shore, and it's quite a long, skinny island, and it's only like 3 miles offshore. And so I uploaded a photo of these people doing Taekwondo on the beach, and it only showed the very southern tip of Kapiti Island. And I thought, okay, well, this is the photo that I want. And then the tool said to me, "Oh, this looks like one of the other photos I've seen in your Dropbox. Is that the same training?" And went and grabbed some photos out of my Dropbox I did it instantly. Went and grabbed some photos out of my Dropbox, and it said, "Is this the same lot of people?" And it wasn't. It was us, a different club, training on the same beach though, but we were training further up the beach, and you could only see the north end of the island. And so it worked out from something, maybe the geotagging on the photos or something, I don't know, but it says, "Oh, I've already got photos like these." And I never told it to go and save those photos into its memory or anything. It just knew they were there. And that's when you start wondering, what have I actually built here? Because that was a little bit scary. But and that's how well it gets to know your business, right? You point it all at your business stuff, and it just knows stuff now. You don't have to sit there and type into ChatGPT, "Oh, I'm building this thing. We're just launching Agency Turbo, da 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 da." We can go into it now and just say, "Oh, can you write me a post about Agency Turbo? We're going live on Friday," and away it goes. It's incredible.
Yeah, and then you can it just makes work so much more work so much quicker, and that's our goal here is to enable solopreneurs in particular to do more with more accuracy, quicker, and automate things and everything else. That I think the other thing, and this is the big space that we're in, is that business owners, especially local business owners, are all going, "I've got to get my head around this AI stuff, but I haven't got time because I've got a business to run and I've got this and that and everything else and stuff." But as I've stressed this week, and I've made a couple of posts around it and everything else, and that is the difference between chatbots and AI agents. And an agent does something. It simplifies a task, or it does a repetitive task, and it saves time, right? With accuracy, it saves time, and saving time saves money as well for a business owner. A chatbot, for example, answers a question, and that comes from a predetermined knowledge base. And yes, AI chatbots get smarter over time, right? But it's still going to come off what the input is at the start of it, right? An agent will go and find the answer, or it will compare the knowledge. It will find, as Brett just pointed out there, "I've got these images as well." That's how an agent works. It goes a lot further and grabs more, and it hits the nail on the head much quicker. So when we start going to businesses going, "If you've got a task that is repetitive and keeps in and everything else and stuff, that's your first in for an agent. Is they might already have a chatbot. And you say, hey, this agent can do this function for you right here. And then a business that starts using multiple agents, and that doesn't mean they're going to get rid of all their staff. It means their staff are going to be able to spend longer and more focused time on things that are maybe more complicated or have to be done manually, and those things, that have a physical attribute to them. That is the things that staff will wind up doing. They might get to be they spend more time with relationship building with clients and stuff, because the admin side over there is being done for them with incredible accuracy. So the value to a business, massive, through the roof. And I think that all businesses are going to start going, I really need to have this AI tool suite in my environment, and it's going to start by us introducing them to their first agent and showing them just how productive that is, and that's just going to open up to doing more and more and more. I don't think it's going to be the gold rush that websites were in 2004, where there was stupid money being paid for websites, 70 grand for a landing page, and stuff like that. There was a lot of digital agencies really cooked their own goose in that period. There's about a 10-year period where people got overcharged and underdelivered for things that were very basic, but the numbers were eye-watering, because if you're a business, you had to have one, otherwise, you're left out. So it was just a gold rush for any man and his dog who could put one together, started making money out of them. I think we're going to see the same thing with AI agents, is that they're going to become very commonplace and very accessible and very easy. AI in itself and the way that AI works is going to have its own way of like, hey, you can just, as a business owner, you've got ChatGPT, I can show you how to do this and walk you through it. So we need to position ourselves as experts around, we understand where agents deliver best, quickest, the easiest way to put them in, and and being personable and human, as I was talking about the other day, is the key to really forming trust. And once somebody goes, just get Richie and Brett to do it, because they always hit the nail on the head with this stuff and go along there and that. And if they know it's going to cost $1,000 to chuck one in, then they're all good, man. If I'm going to go along and say, oh, look, it's going to be $6,000, but he built that for you, and stuff, and like, oh, well, and you're telling me I need 15 of them. I'm not spending 150 grand on this, and yeah, that's where it lands and stuff, and that you're going to scare them off right at the start. But we should always get compensated well for our time and our input. And I think the energy and deployment of an agent can be easily done for $1,000. I mean, it's and doing more of them is the way to go. You put one in one business, you're going to wind up getting referral to another one over there, and just keep on going. I mean, if you've built your own agent, that your brain that actually does them for you, then how much work are you really doing? So those are the tools that we're into. That's the mantra we're following, and that's what we're here to do at Agency Turbo. And the Twin Turbo is live on a Friday. Very much about getting together on a Friday afternoon. Let's talk about what's happened during the week. We'll always share some innovation with you, which is typically what Brett's been working on, and we'll try and keep up with him and how complicated it is. But we wouldn't do that. And if someone has a good win, has a good tactic, and everything else and stuff, and that, I'll always bring something to the table with, hey, this is something I've done this week, and this is how it came out. This is how it worked, or this is the reason why it didn't work. And I don't think you have to be all about wins. You've got to be about some misses as well. And our whole mantra is truth and practicality in the real world, not getting you to buy another shiny object and jump into this and jump into that, because I've had years of it. We've all had years of it. I think of the amount of programs that I brought, which were nothing but a complete waste of money, and we're just doing an affiliate link for someone. It's not that I'm against that, but I know from experience it doesn't grow your business quickly. It just has you taking up. It soaks your time, and time soak is the enemy of this business. So I learned that a long time ago with what I call one-arm bandits, and that is a solo tradesman who cleans windows or chimneys or something. Complete waste of time. They'll never pay the money that is needed to do the job. They want everything for nothing, and they'll take all of your time and energy for no return. And yet you take a multinational corporation who will go, yep, we'll pay 20 grand for that, and just let us know when it's finished. And that's it. They don't hear from them again. you know, those are the customers we want. But then the business owner down the road who has, I've got a mate down the road, Austin, he's got 5 businesses. And so, you do one thing for one of those businesses, you're going to wind up going, oh, you go, can you do that for this one as well? And what about we do with this, this, and this? And it's that one business, the foot in the door thing. That's what foot in the door really is delivering one product and service. So if that's a chatbot, it's a chatbot. But a chatbot should, in this day and age, turn into an AI agent. And an AI agent should turn into, hey, you need to have attributes and other things that are facing the market going, you are a local expert. And so we've got a whole arsenal and suite of things. I think the AI checker is the first cab off the rank. Local expert is another one. It's a system I've been perfecting, and it works very, very well in conjunction with kind of AI-driven SEO, and that's what we call Rank Turbo. And Brett hates Rank Turbo because it has 90 different functions and it drives him mad.
But now that we've decided to never build another website and go high level or support someone who isn't using the modern technology, I'm okay with it because I can just now tell the computer to go and do it, and I don't have to go and work out individually how to do it. So I mean, these are the kinds of decisions that people need to start making as well. Like we're currently supporting businesses who've got to go high level. We're supporting businesses who've got a restaurant type platform, which is
what we call third-party platforms, and so
we've got Remax, real estate ones. Yeah, and all of them are different. All of them are hard. None of them we can just easily put our content in. One of them, we have to go and message the person every time we want to get in there and do it and that kind of thing. And I've been saying to Richie for some time, so we've got to stop doing this. This is just doesn't scale. We cannot scale if we do this. And so we've sort of made a decision that they're the last ones. And if anyone wants to work with us with the Rank Turbo stuff in particular, where we're doing website, we'll do it in WordPress where I can get like an API content straight into their website, or we'll do it in code. And that's it. That's the only 2 ways that we can actually scale. And the thing is that with the AI and the automation and stuff like that scaling side of things, if you can take the human out of the middle of it and automate it and make it like as hands off as possible, then you're onto something, because then you can sell that 100 times, 1,000 times.
And
I've built a website, Richard. Did I tell you about this? I don't even know if I told you about this. I built a local website recently for a business here in my hometown, and we've gone sort of old school SEO with it. We've got every single suburb with every single service. Like it's got 800 pages or something. But what we've done is be very careful about making sure all the content is varied and everything. And so it's not boilerplate pages, but it's that old school, let's put every single service in every single suburb has its own page. And what I thought was I'd like to expand this, because there's about 60 services I haven't added. So that's 60 services in 60 suburbs. So that's 3,600 more pages that need to go on the site. And what I actually designed in an afternoon using Claude Code, was a thing where I now have all the content written, well, most of it, sitting there waiting to go. It's just in text files. And then over the next 3 years, it's going to add new categories here, and it's going to add some suburb pages there and some different service pages there. And every single month, I've got it planned out for 3 years. That website's going to grow from its current 800 pages to 4,000 pages. Now, it's a bit of an experiment, because at some point in time, Google might go, no, you can't do that. But this is the kind of thing that's possible. And if it works, then you turn around and you do it for someone else. And then you've got a service that you can sell. And you can say, we will add pages to your web. You don't have to go at that scale, but you could say to someone, we will add content to your website every week without fail, and it'll be good quality, and it'll serve your business. And they think we're there working away, adding all this content, and we've set something up in advance and moved on to the next client. And it just ticks away and ticks away and ticks away. And then they come and they want another service, and you go, yep, we've got one of those too. and you set it up and away it goes. So that's where we're heading to with this kind of thing, where something that like we've been doing, we're guilty of doing, where we're having to go in and manually edit someone's website and add a page and make sure it's right, and then add the schema and all that kind of thing. That's small thinking now. That is just really small thinking, because you can do that for 10,000 people. You can do 100,000 people. It doesn't make any difference as long as you have all the systems and everything in place. So, and if you can do it for 100,000 people, you can sell it for $20 a month, and you're sitting on a nice little pretty income. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm excited about, and it's a mind shift thing, like, and it's happening. So it's changing so fast. Like I'm kind of trying to be at the cutting edge of what can happen with the AI and the automation and stuff like that, and even I feel behind. So there's a gap there that people are feeling, and small businesses are feeling it as well. They're starting to wonder if their competitors are going to be like outstripping them because they're getting onto AI and that kind of thing. So there's huge opportunity in this whole space, not just for yourself, but for all these other businesses around, millions
Which
of
is
them.
exactly where we started with AI Search Checker, was actually showing them which of their competitors are coming up in AI search, and why they're coming up versus why that business is not coming up, and that's a very, very telling thing. It's very confronting for a business owner. I don't like them. Oh, they're horrible, and they've always kicked my ass, and everything else. Okay, how do I kick their ass? And of course, somebody asks you, well, how do I beat them? They're in buying mode already, and so the conversion is very simple, and that. But now we're also actually going with AI Search Checker to a different depth level, so that they can, Brett just dropped out. Then what happened to Brett? Poof, gone like that. Yeah, he'll be back. Well, I hope he's back anyway. But here he is. Oh, man,
Yeah, I clicked the wrong button, bacon
we
bean.
were going to get the party started. yeah. But I mean,
I was on a Google call with someone yesterday, and I managed to disconnect myself 3 times during the call.
It's embarrassing for a tech guru.
We're all human. We're all human.
Yeah. So but that look, showing them, hey, these are the things that actually matter to AI, and they're like, well, I didn't think that mattered at all. And you're like, no, we are giving you a report and a snapshot of what actually matters, and this is where you're scoring on those things there. And we can go and run it for their opposition. If you go, okay, who's your biggest competitor, and you go and run theirs comes back as better, then great. Because then they're like, okay, well, what do I need to fix? And it's like, well, there's this that'll fix that, and there's this and this and this that'll fix that. So it's a multi-sale approach that comes from it. But the more automated that is, the more width you've got in it, and of course, the more you can do it for, it means you've got a price advantage over the market as well. And because rocking in the door and going, hey, it's going to be 6 or 10 grand, is kind of going out of fashion very quickly with AI tools. There's also the selling of, hey, it's $500 a month for social media posting. I mean, if I was a business owner and someone comes and says it's $500 a month for social media posting, I'd just laugh at them. I mean, I can just get ChatGPT to pump out everything I want in 20 minutes and do that, and wham, I mean, it's
Well,
like,
on that note, Richie, and that's a really important thing, right? Because people can do that. But when you've done, like, for example, what we're doing, where we define their brand, we have that brand voice thing where we know who they are, what they stand for, who their customers are, who their customers aren't, and how they like to speak and everything. So that's where the advantage is, because most people are opening up ChatGPT and say, I run a restaurant, I need a post for Wednesday. And they sit there and try and craft this post in ChatGPT, and they spend forever doing it. Whereas what we've got the ability to do, and people who are doing this the right way, we've got the ability to create a post instantly that is in their voice. It'll create an image for them that's in their brand colors, and everything's their brand feel and everything like that. And so even though they could do it in ChatGPT, we can do it better. And that becomes the selling point. And we can do it at bigger
And
scale. We can do it without your humans being involved and
it's
taking
also
up.
it is one function of many,
Mm,
and that's the when you multi it up and just go, hey, that's done over there, this is done here, this here really moves the needle for you, and it's the big one, and those other things are a supporting act. So because social media posting is important for AI search discovery, it's just a support tool, but it's really important. It's something you've got to admit. It's as important as Google reviews. But then the important part about Google reviews today is them actually mentioning a service, a location, an attribute in the review, and getting that in there is it's a bit of a dark craft and a grey area, because you can't go and put the words into someone's mouth to get them to publish a Google review. It's here in the US, it's illegal. It can get you a $10,000 fine per occasion. So it's not something you ever risk and do in the first place. But there are customer interactions where someone's had a really good experience, and then you can say to them, "Hey, if you could word your review a certain way, you will help us massively, and we really appreciate it," and stuff and stuff. And then you can fire them an automated email, just going, "Hey," they just pump in, look, ask them 3 questions. What did you enjoy about it? What service did you think of? What did you take away as your number one? Or whatever the questions are, right? And then it will spit out an AI summary of that, just going, well, da 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 da, and everything else that. And if they're happy with that, you can then say you can get them to copy and paste it to their Google, and or you might even have a link that goes through to Google and they can paste it in there, But that's the kind of thing you after. You don't have to get every review to do that, but if you got one a month, that is going to move the needle for you greatly in AI search discovery, because if that review lines up with content that's been published, with a service item that's listed in their Google profile, and even something else that supports it, like a Reddit comment or that is around the same vein, and certainly content in their website and stuff as well, boom, AI is going to trip over that all day long. Oh, that was the other one, was the YouTube transcript. YouTube transcripts are loved by AI, and there's a billion hours of content on YouTube, so there's a lot of transcript out there. And when it talks about something really specific, and a review talks about it as well, content talks about it, it all lines up to AI, and they just go, that's your expert right there. You need to call this person. It's every time, because website ranking doesn't matter anymore. It's not. It literally just doesn't exist. There's no such thing as website ranking today. Hey, Brett.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And like, even though you go beyond that, so if you go into Google now and you type in a search, the first thing you're going to get is like half a page of what Google tells you should think. And then you're going to get your sponsored results, and then you might get an organic one. Then you get your maps, and then you might finally, eventually, somewhere half an hour later, find an organic listing. So ranking itself is not anywhere near as important, but it's gone even further now. So what's starting to happen? Well, it's already happening, and Shopify have recognized this, for example, is that people aren't going and buying things anymore from shops. I mean, from online stores. I mean, it's not the only way you can buy something. So the way things can be bought now can be an agent will just go off and buy it. So someone who's using like Claude Desktop, for example, they can type in there, "Oh, look, I need some new shoes." And because you've been interacting with it for quite some time, it knows what kind of shoes you like, and maybe you've fed it your preferences and everything like that. But it will go and find the store and find whether it's in stock and when it can be delivered and all that kind of thing, and say, "Hey, I've found them. They're here. Would you like me to order?" And you can go, "Yep," and it will order. Generally won't pay on your behalf. But the thing about that, though, is what that means is all that time and money and effort spent in designing and conversion factors and getting the website looking spiffy, the agents don't care about any of that. So the AI agents need to have structured data in behind the web page, and properly, I think there's a new standard being introduced, which is an online store standard set of information that you need to have on there for AI agents to know what your business is, just like schema, but essentially schema for agents.
Yeah.
And like that includes things like availability, where it's in stock, how long it takes to deliver, delivery costs, all that kind of thing. So the agent can just go to the website and instantly, like in 2 milliseconds, know every single thing about your product on your online store. And people are blissfully unaware of this. And this is another whole education opportunity, or, if you wanted to target online stores rather than local businesses, that's another whole angle that if you went and tell them that, they go, what? I didn't know that. You go, no, you didn't, but let's help you sort that out. And these are the kinds of opportunities that are popping up. These are opportunities that did not exist a year ago. And that's what we've got to be keeping an eye on. Opportunities that have existed for the last 20 years are dying, and brand new opportunities are popping up pretty much every single month now. And that's what we're trying to stay on top of.
And efficiency, because I did read something about that a few days back. It was about Shopify schema, and I think there's a massive rollout for it and stuff as well. It's got a due date on it by, like, you need to have it by here, otherwise your Shopify just isn't going to work, and the like. So that is another advent that's coming along, and that's the kind of hot tip we're looking to share in Twin Turbos Live. Well, we're pretty committed to Fridays, sort of about the same time, and everything else. And we're also sort of like going, hey, we think about 30, 40 minutes is a great time to catch up. If there's something that's burning hot and really into and stuff like that, we can carry on longer. But why take up a big chunk of your afternoon? If you're on the East Coast, you're heading into bear o'clock. If you're in the middle, like I am, and Dawn is, then we're sort of winding down our week and ramping, getting things sorted out for a weekend where I think most of us wind up at our desk at some stage over the weekend. It's inevitable in our game, but.
I'm at my desk at the weekend. I'm ahead of everybody. I'm in New Zealand, and I am at my desk on a Saturday morning, bright and breezy.
Yeah, but then I'd years I'd actually be at my desk on a 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning. I'd always do a couple of hours before heading off to golf or something. So yeah, just it's part and parcel of the business we're in, So we're looking forward to doing that. We're looking forward to sharing our AI app tools with particularly with this group, and having a bit of fun as well. So we really thank Dawn, Mark, Shelley, Roger. Thank you so much for coming along to this, because it's our first one. We just wanted to test a few systems out, see what we can get done, what we're going to need to make this a bit slicker and professional and everything else than that. But I think we always, Brett, people in our circle, our school group, and in our ecosystem, the people we know and trust in that, you are always welcome to unmute and make comment and add to the conversation, ask a question and stuff like that.
I was just going to say that, because we've monologued for 40 minutes now, and if anyone does have anything that they want to ask or contribute or be a part of it, then absolutely feel free, 100%. I just thought while we're doing that, I just thought I might quickly give a little very, very brief example of what the AI brain thing that we're building can do. So I might just share my screen. I've never done it on school before, but I'm sure it's going to be the same as everything else. Wait for approval from Richie. Push a button or something. There we go. Here's a little glitch.
Oh. All right.
Can I share yet? No, you're still okay. Anyway, it was amazing what I just showed you, and are you getting a request for an approval, Richie?
No, I didn't get a request, but I've just clicked the allow screen sharing for you.
Okay, let's try that. Okay, here we go. So what am I going to share? I will share an entire screen, and that one over there, and share.
Oh,
So, and this is Claude Desktop. So I'm not sure if people are aware that Claude and ChatGPT and what have you also have desktop apps which are really useful, and they keep all your conversations and stuff over the side, just like normal and things like that. So, but I just thought I'd show something in here. First of all, I was just looking at these stats. I'm a little bit worried that I've managed to send 42,000 messages in 15 days. That shows I have a problem, I think.
yeah, I think you've got a message sending addiction going on there.
That's just nuts. I was just trying to work out how many that is an hour. That's crazy.
And it's good to
But it's
see
good you can have like,
your peak hour is 8 p.m. This is good to know. You know that that Brett does the most work at 8 o'clock at night.
nah, that's probably when I'm faffing about doing nothing. But anyway, what I just say, so what we've got going on down here, there's a folder here called Albert, and Albert Einstein is our local AI brain, and the Albert bosses around I think 13 other agents now. So we've got an agent that we talk to here, and then we've got 13 other agents that Albert talks to, and that includes coders and researchers and accountants and things like that. And the reason I say they're coders is that they've been given a specific set of instructions that is their scope of work and everything, and that's how we can sort of deliver the stuff really fast. Like if I say in here, "Oh, can you go deploy this web to our web page?" This website to our web page, it will just do it, and because it already knows where everything is, and what it'll do is say, "I am going to pass this off to Julian to do," and Julian's their coder. And but what I just wanted to show here, so Albert's our main brain and everything, but this is the sort of thing that you can do. So like when just before this call, I was trying to find the logo thingy that Richard's got behind him on the screen there, and I couldn't find it because I hadn't saved it properly. But now I've saved it properly, so I can actually go, oops, can't spell, where did I put those agency turbo logos? Oops, can't type. And so I don't have to remember anymore because I'll just go, where did I put them? And it's going to tell me where they are, and it's going to surface them. And I mean, this is just a little. This is like the very bottom of the pile of the sorts of things you can do. Oh, they're at this location here, and here they are here. They're untracked, not yet committed to Git. We've got a whole Git thing going on in the background. But these are the types of things, and I can just go in here and say, I want to write. Oh my lord, I'll slow down. Write a post about the live session coming up. Oh no, it's not old are they? Okay, I want to write a post for Facebook. I'm going to use my dictation, telling people what Agency Turbo is about. Okay, and then it'll go away, and now it's going to go away and read our brand voice and do this kind of thing. So these are the sort of technologies that you can implement in your own business, but also into other people's businesses, for example. So it's going to tick away, and it's going to go and read the rules and the instructions and everything about what to do. Go and see, ran two commands, read a file. I'll write a general what is Agency Turbo post, sort of post explaining what it is, following the same problem agitate solution structure and the rules, and then boom. And so it, it's a little bit hard to sort of see what just went on in the background there, but what it did, it went away and it read our brand voice document. It went and read all the things in its memory about what Agency Turbo does. It went and read what kind of posts do we like, and how do we actually like to speak and everything. And we do like to use the problem agitate solution structure, and that's one of the formulas that's in here. And so it went away and did all that, got all that information, and then it created the post. So that's just a
Mm.
little tease of the sorts of things that we can do.
There's
That's a
also
real little
Brett, I
tease.
point out the efficiency of this, and that the same thing we did last Friday. We're having a bit of a play session with it, and we changed an image in a website just by saying, and just by verbal command, was change this image to this and resize it to that size, and it just went away and did it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the ability to edit things like websites, the stuff that we drain on, we're like, oh, you got to do that, and you got to move this here and click that there and stuff, and everything else that you just sit there and tell it what you want it to do, and it does that change for you.
Agency Turbo.ai. Why don't we, instead of talking about it, why don't we show it? So on the, I'll use my dictation again. This is our live website, Agency Turbo. We've spotted this says it's being repriced, and we've often thought that word looks a bit confusing, and it was intended, but we're going to change it to replaced. So on the Agency Turbo website, can you please change the word in the top heading from repriced to replaced? Oh, why didn't that go in there? Hang on. On the Agency Turbo website, can you just change the word repriced to replaced, where it says the work you sell is being repriced by a machine? We want the word replaced to there instead. And what it's going to do is going to go and find the website, which is sitting locally on our computer. And when I say our computer, it's on my computer and it's on Richard's computer. And when it makes the change, it's going to push any changes I make here over onto Richie's side as well. And there we go. Live site source is the current live source. The other two copies are archived. We won't sit here and watch the whole thing from top to bottom, but what this will do, it will replace that text. I've just realised I can't, in this session, I can't actually push. Anyway, so I haven't actually put this on the web yet, but I could with a command, but I just haven't got this Albert set up to do that yet. But here, the work you sell is being replaced by a machine. As simple as that. And away it goes. If I was to do a new session and change to Harry, I could possibly go, we just changed the Agency Turbo website. Can you please put it live on the web? Normally you wouldn't have to switch, but I've got kind of a two agent thing going on here. So it's gone and looked for the files that's changed. This might take a little while, so keep talking, Richie.
Okay, I'll keep going. I've got thunderstorms have started up, and I've got a very large Bernese mountain dog on my feet, and I've got another one splayed out behind me as well, and she's huffing and puffing because she's scared of thunderstorms, and so the next half hour will be quite interesting because she gets quite beside herself. Never mind. Anyway, one of those first world problems. So all good. I think as everyone can see, this is how we do our job in this day and age. We the efficiency of it, the ease of it, and stuff as well. And then you might be sitting there going, "How am I ever going to be able to figure that out and build that and do all those things and stuff and that?" Well, that's what we're here for at Agency Turbo is finding the pathway to that. And we're not in the business of doing 68 40-minute long videos going step by step by step by step by step. It's more of a Brett and I have a much more hands-on approach to direct communication and everything else in that. We also have the idea that if we build it, Brett builds lots of really cool techie things, and he deliberately keeps them simple so that I can understand them. And it works quite well. And it's about something because he looks at something and he goes, sometimes we have conversations and he goes, "You didn't understand a word of that, did you?" And I might have grabbed a bit out of it, but it's some of it goes straight over my head. I'm just like, I have no idea what that is, because I don't need to know all of the tech and behind something to be able to A, make it work, but B, to talk about it with a customer or and grow a relationship based around it. I've always said you've got to know enough to be dangerous, and that's certainly the stuff that we're putting out. It gives you the enthusiasm, the credibility, and the ability to have the confidence to go and talk about it like you're a walking, talking expert with it. And then when you get to demonstrate, hey, here's how this does here, and this is what it does, and stuff like that. They don't need to know the ins and outs and all the real back end techie stuff about it. They know that you know more than they do anyway, and so you don't have to understand every single line of code in the matrix. We can leave that up to Brett, and the rest of us can punch on. Although Dawn, he just about read. I think Dawn reads the matrix as well.
I've confused this thing because I started in one agent and switched to a different agent. I should have just done it from the one agent, but what it's doing. It's getting confused about what file I've changed and everything. But what it will do once it works itself out is it will just go and upload that thing and put it live on the website. The one thing that I didn't mention here is that I don't have to sit here watching this. I don't have to. I can just come up here, a new session, and then I can start something else. And then I can come up here. This is how I do 46,000 messages in 15 days. New session, new session. So, here's all the sessions I've been doing with Richie. These are all the other sessions I've got going on. Harry and Albert and my infrastructure. So this is all the thing trying to get it to work. And all of this is kind of happening concurrently. And then I can go back and find my Agency Turbo website logo thing, and it's going to go and deploy it. So this is the power of everything, right? You can just get 5 different things happening at once. So we've got one thing happening at once, and now we can get 5 things to happen at once. And you just carry on working, and then you come back and you go, oh, look, it's changed my website. That's fantastic. So I have confused it because it's now looking at what's on the actual website versus what's in the thing. There we go. Found it. Normally that would have been done by now, but it's just the way that I did it. I went the long way around. But yeah, there we go. Julian's deploying it now. So deploying the Agency Turbo worker to Cloudflare. You don't need to know what that means. I didn't like a week ago. I do now. That's the other thing. You don't need to know. You literally don't need to know what you're doing. You can just say, go and do this thing, and away it goes. Did we lose Richie off the thing? We did, didn't we? That's really interesting to say how he's managed to delete himself. Does anyone have any questions about anything that we've been talking about, or anything they want to add? No? So I think Richie did mention there were thunderstorms coming in, so he may have actually just lost power. So I suspect he's not going to be coming back. Let's see what this. So we'll finish off on this. I'll show this once it's gone live. This is interesting. So Julian, see how it's talking about these agents as if they're real people. Julian is one of our agents. Julian's the coder. And then Vera is our verifier. Vera verifies everything. And now we spot check things. Julian has pushed it live. So here's our website over here. This is the thing we were going to change. I refreshed the page and it's changed it. Now that was a really, really small change, which I probably could have done manually myself. But, I could go in here. I want you to change all the red to blue. And it will go away and it'll redesign the logos and it'll redesign everything and it'll make the whole thing blue. And you just go off and do your other work that you're doing over here and you carry on. So yeah, that's the live demo of that. I will stop sharing my screen here. And yeah, does anybody have anything they want to ask or add or anything? Otherwise, we'll call it a day.
Why do you start with GPT?
What's that, sorry?
Why did you start or build these with GPT?
I didn't. I've used Claude all along myself. I have been nagging Richie to get onto Anthropic and Claude and everything like that for some time now, and it wasn't until I showed him this kind of thing, and he's going, "Oh, I want that," and I'm like, "Hey, dude, you've got to get Claude now," and he's finally relented. So yeah, that's why
I will start putting pressure on him to go to Claude too. Then.
Oh, he's all in on Claude now because he's seen what this can do. I mean, because one of the things that we did have before was I was building sites like this, and he was getting frustrated because he couldn't go in and change things. He didn't understand how it worked, and which is it's all good. It's not his area of expertise. So there he is. He's coming back in again. It's not his area of expertise to understand how this works and how to actually make this happen. But what I've now been able to do is he can actually now come into here and go, oh, I don't like the red. I want to change it to blue, and then just walk away and do the next thing, and away it goes. And that's what we've kind of achieved with the AI brain thing that's going on. And that's the kind of power you've got. And that's just one tiny thing. That's one small thing that we've done. But this website here, this entire website, I'm not showing it on my screen now, but that entire Agency Turbo website took probably, I don't know, 10 minutes to do the brand voice and 10 minutes to build the website. And then 30 minutes of tweaks and it was done. And yeah, and that includes all the image creation and everything. So, yeah. Richie, you're back.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but my computer decided to spat its chops and disconnect. So I've gone back to the mobile device and thinking, well, it's the top of the hour anyway, and I've got a couple of very scared pups with me who are quite nervous about the whole arrangement. So yeah, I'll get back to them. It's a bit of a thunderstorm outside, so yeah, I think things are going to sort of drop in and out for a while.
Cool. Well, we were just talking about you while you were gone. It's all good.
Yeah. My limited ability technically, or just how I'm such a suave and charismatic kind of guy.
Dawn was asking, why on earth are you using ChatGPT? And I said, I'm not using ChatGPT. I've been telling Richie he needs to get off it for some time now. So you can go back and listen to the recording. That is the honest truth of what we talked about.
Well, yeah, I think the recording was compromised. So that's one thing. But the other one is I got so much information in it to separate myself from was and now
we're losing you, Richie. You're cracking up.
Sorry, mate. All right. Hey, I'll call it a day. Again, thanks to everyone for coming along, and we will catch up with you again real soon. So take care, y'all, and we'll catch you all next week. That'd be awesome if we do.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you.